Hello, listeners. Thank you for listening to episode 15 of Our Yard Podcast. It's going to be the SmackDown review, and I'm just going to be honest with you. It is what it is. Go ahead and kick into it.
All right, you guys, we're about to get out here. This episode probably not going to be the best. I mean, we'll do our best to, we'll do our best as far as talking about it, reviewing. But honestly, we just, if you watched it, you already know it was a mid-ass episode of SmackDown. But with that said, there was some high point. There was like a few points that were good, but we'll get into that. Trevor's gonna kick her off real quick with the opening segment, the Grayson
Yeah,
Waller effect.
we started off with the Grayson Waller effect featuring Cody Rhodes. And of course, they're playing the heel in the situation. And then they pretty much just like put on the screen this little vignette they threw together of stuff we already knew. Is like Kevin Owens, historically speaking, has been a snake in the grass. And then Kevin Owens himself comes out there and says, well, all those people except for Kofi Kingston had it coming to them. And then they both beat up the A-Town Down Under, and it sets up the main event for the night. And I would stick on this section longer, but really there was nothing special about it to really go into detail. So with that being said, we're going straight into this first match of the night, LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for the U.S. title.
Yeah, and like we talked about last night. I mean, hell, Santos is. I mean, I don't know how much we can beat a dead fucking horse, but like Santos is a good in ring worker. But my God, the negative aura that faction exudes out is just fucking horrendous. Like, I don't know what you can do to fit. Like, they have pushed them and pushed them and put like, dude, like it's not fucking working.
They need
Like,
Umaga's old manager. If you ask me, don't let any of them near a fucking microphone. Just bring Umaga's old manager back
yeah,
and just let him do his
I
thing,
mean
because
something.
Umaga didn't need to talk
No,
and he got over as fuck.
yep. But I mean, other than that, like it was, they came out there like they all came out there and LDF, Legado del Fantasma, acronym, like they just came out there and they jumped LA Knight. Then Jessica, the ref, she kicked them out, and then she kicked all three of them out, and then it was just Santos and LA Knight there, and LA Knight went head to head like he came up, like he was an underdog, because he got the hell beat out of him, and then they started the match, and I mean, hell, it really was.
It was a solid match. I will give it that. But Santos Escobar has the charisma of a wet paper towel.
Yep. I mean, it was match of the night, but that's not really saying a whole lot. So take that as you may.
Nah.
And like LA Knight, dude, he's the perfect. Even though like he's a fucking megastar, like that dude, he could have a main event, like he could have a world title on him, and it wouldn't even like nobody. You could push him into the main title picture right now, like drop the belt, go main title picture, and it'd be like nobody'd even notice. But like the dude is perfect for the mid card. Like he is pushing that, like he's about to explode this mid card, up. Like it's about to get good, man. Like with LA Knight as the champion, like he's about to make that title mean something again.
Absolutely.
And
With one more, I think
man,
you told me on the phone earlier. With one more defense, he'll have as many as Logan Paul does.
well, after next week, he's defending it next Friday, and when he defends it next week, he will have like he'll be one shy of tying it, which is 3. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so if he defends it, it'll be a second defense next week. And yeah, that'll be like Logan Paul had 3 defenses and he lost the third one to LA Knight. So there you go.
Yep.
That's how that went. But yeah, after that, then you can get into the backstage segments and then leading into the women's tag team match.
Yeah. So pretty much directly after that, there was a Carmelo Hayes promo. He was having one in a barber shop and got interrupted by Andrade, who challenged him to a match this next Friday. And right after that, it kind of showed the aftermath of Legado de Fantasma sitting in the back, and Santos was just no, like to like all of his lackeys back there. And it was kind of a funny moment, but then here came Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews basically challenging them to a match as well, and just kind of sitting there laughing at them and all that. And I think that could actually be a good match for both of them. Like people probably wouldn't think that much about it up until the match is underway, and I think LDF like that's somebody like Corbin and Cruz. They're two solid enough wrestlers where you could actually put them in a match with them, give them a really good match, and put LDF over, and maybe somebody will actually start taking them fucking seriously. But up until then, we'll see.
Well, I mean, they did put them over in one match, like before they put them over before Money in the Bank, and then it was after like they started doing it. You know, then they had that tag team gauntlet, and when the Bloodline won a few weeks ago, and when they won the titles, they had that's pretty much where they like they beat the like Cruz and Corbin beat Cruz and Corbin they beat LDF, and then it pretty much ended that beef. Well, at that moment now, I guess they're revisiting it, so I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. So maybe I mean you might. I don't know. I don't think it'll help them. You might as well just have Cruz win. Like you might as well have Cruz and Corbin win. Like LDF ain't getting over, dude. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Well, maybe one day. But even though, after that, we had a 6-woman tag match with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade versus the Unholy Union and Blair Davenport. And I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Blair Davenport impressed me, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn, I think they're slowly losing steam, and by slowly, I mean at the speed of light. Because like I don't think they will ever be over as much as they were in the very moment that they won the tag titles at Clash at the Castle, and that's because they were the homers.
Yep.
And but other than that, Blair really impressed me. I noticed Naomi, Bianca, and Jade were all dressed up in I think it was Simone Biles, all the different uniforms she wore at this last Olympics, and yeah, it was a pretty cool homage. But the match went on, and the very pretty predictable ending, to be honest. Naomi NBJ won the won the match. Naomi actually got the pin on Blair for the win, and it was an all right match. It was again nothing really to write home about, but it wasn't the worst match of the night.
No, I mean,
Definitely not the worst moment of the night either.
it
That would be
picked up.
directly next.
Yeah, before I get into that horse shit, I'm not going to get into it long, but like before, like that match, really, like the last, what would you say, 2.5, 3, like whenever Jay got the hot tag, like it just popped the fuck off. Like they just
Mm-hmm.
started going everywhere, man. Like it was a fun match. Like the last 3 minutes, it was fucking exciting. Like you didn't know what the hell was going to happen, but yeah, but outside of that, like it wasn't like you said. I guess nothing to write home about. It was just the pace picked up and it got it very interesting, you know. But anyways, yeah. After that, it was the bloodline bullshit. I don't know, man. Like people listening to our SmackDown episodes, y'all. I mean, if you haven't figured out, I don't give two fucks about the bloodline, about Timu bloodline. I mean, like bloodline was interesting with Roman because he was like feuding with Jay, and then Jay came back and all that, and then he had Jimmy staying true to him, and then Solo popped up. Like even when Solo popped up, it was pretty cool at first, and and then he had And then when Sammy came in, it really just popped off, man. Like Sammy brought a whole
Yeah.
nother level to the bloodline, and like it was fun. Like, but there was moments that was just fun, man. Like watching the original bloodline, and like watching this is like, and they're like people are booing them, but it's not like a heel boo, like boo. You're the bad guys. It's like, please stop there. This is cringe. Like
It's
this,
like y'all
like
fucking suck kind of booze.
what they're doing with Jacob Fatu is so fucking cringeworthy, dude. I hate it because that dude is one of the best wrestlers. Like he's probably top. I'll say top. I could say top 5. I'll say top 10 wrestlers in the world just for safe. The dude is fucking awesome. Like there's no doubt about it. And like what he's doing,
He
looking like a
exudes talent no matter what he does. Like every time, like I've seen his best promo work is usually like him like leaning up against a brick building, and it's like somebody recording it on their phone, like one of those like indie promos. But he rocks the shit out of them, dude. He's better at those promos than a lot of people that are
like
being pushed on the main roster are better with the mic in their hand.
Like at this point, I'm like, dude, I'd rather see him in TNA because at least they would use him. At least they'd use Jacob Wright in TNA. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm not a fan of
I'd
it,
like
but
to put him in NXT. He's running it at the end of the fucking episode. I don't know what to
oh
tell you.
yeah, like se- separate Jacob from this Timu bloodline. Like get him by himself eventually. Like this dude's gonna be a multi-time champion, like without a doubt. Like you give the microphone, like let him be his own beast. Like let him get the microphone, let him call the shot, do what he wants to do, and you're gonna have like, and then like put him in a feud. Like when he's a single competitor, put him in a feud with Braun Breaker, and that shit's about to feed families, and that's on God.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, man. I'm or Ilya Dragunov. That would be a good fucking. That'd be a really good feud right there. Have Ilya versus Jacob in a blood. Oh man, in a storyline, shit, that would cook. I don't know. Maybe one day,
Two
maybe in like a
two
year we'll get
stiff
there.
MS.
Oh yeah, I mean maybe in a year we'll get there. Who knows? But yeah, I mean that it wasn't nothing special. It was just a bloodline, this typical bullshit. And then they went to their, they had the title match against Street Profits. Oh well, I guess I should say they took the belt off Jacob so he can be Solo's enforcer. And Tama Tonga and Tama Lower are the tag team champs now. So
Fucking Botchaloa.
Yeah, Botchalo. There you
Oh
go
yeah,
with that
did
bullshit.
you see his eyes better? He doesn't have his eye patch anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it wasn't like the Street Profits look fucking money like they always do. I mean, those dudes are good. Like Street Profits are good, and yeah, like outside of that, I mean, I don't know. Really, wasn't much, honestly. Like,
I'd have to say my favorite spot of the match, if I even had one, was probably when Angelo Dawkins pounced Tama into Botcha,
oh
and
yeah,
that was a beautiful moment.
yeah,
And then immediately after, they ruined it.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like outside of that, like it's nothing just too special. It's just whatever. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'll do this like, and then I'll let you take the last match over. Like Andrade segment. I mean, the Andrade segment was really cool. Like, Trevor can talk about it too. Like, the only reason, like, I'm kind of just like we'll both talk about it. It's like this ain't gonna be a long episode, so there really wasn't much that happened. So we're just kind of sharing a little bit. Like just going along with it. And like Andrade, but I just want to say just because I love Andrade, like it was badass. Like him just busting up in the damn barbershop and like doing his thing. Like started speaking Spanish. He's like, this shit ain't over, brother. Like, you know, it's about to go down next week. Dude, I wish they'd put that Bash in Berlin. Honestly,
They
like,
need to.
what? Yeah, like, what's your thoughts on that?
I
Like, your
think
opinion
that would.
on that
I
feud?
think. I think that is a good little blood feud going on right now that they got. And obviously, I mean, the end goal for it is one of them is going to wind up being like LA Knight's next,
Mhm.
opponent.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one that loses this particular feud is going to be the one that actually dethrones LA Knight as the U.S. title, as the U.S. champion. Only because I feel like LA Knight is going to get it back pretty much immediately. And they
Yeah.
start bumping these reigns up because he's perfect as the U.S. champion. But at the same time, Andrade is a fantastic U.S. champion. He's proven that before.
Oh yeah.
Carmelo Hayes has U.S. champion written on him. Like, he
Yep.
just does at this point. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, even Santos Escobar could probably hold the U.S. title at one point, but they got to get rid of LDF, dude. Just let him come in as his own man. Maybe have
Maybe a
his
manager.
manager.
Yeah.
Maybe his manager. Fucking Umberto and Angel? No, dude, get rid of them.
Oh,
Like, let them do their own. Like, send them back to a tag team at NXT.
yeah.
Let them develop more and bring them back into the tag circuit because, dude, the tag team divisions right now in SmackDown and Raw are weak as hell.
Yep.
And you need some kind of boost. Angel and Humberto, I mean, that would be a boost. It wouldn't make it any worse. I mean, and the only reason the tag team division right now is so bad is because you barely it's the same five teams on TV and combined for Raw and SmackDown, dude. Like every Raw, it's always now they got the Creed brothers in there every now and then. They should do it more personally, but we'll see how that stone's going to rest.
Yeah.
And I'm only going off on this just because it's a short episode. We can kind of talk about stuff that isn't SmackDown because honestly, there's a lot more interesting stuff going on than just SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
I really like Angel and Humberto. They really need to be in the tag division scene. Let them build themselves up. Let them actually get to the top of the tag team division in NXT, and then let them come in. And then, they'll be a believable tag team. Just give them a little time because this LDF shit is not working. But anyway, the main event. Um, Speaking of storylines that just kind of felt a little thrown together, Rhodes Owens, they had a little segment going out before they went to the ring, and it's just Kevin just reiterating is like, "I'm not going to turn on you. I'm a changed man," and that felt like a very obvious turn was coming. And then pretty much right after that, it kind of showed a doctor update on DIY, who also kind of ran out to the ring to try to protect the Street Profits from getting annihilated by the Bloodline, only for them to get annihilated in return. And we got to see a little sneak peek of Candace and Indy going into the doctor's room, or probably to check up on Johnny since that's her husband. And right after that, you had Rhodes and Owens versus A Town Down Under. Oh wait, actually, I completely forgot about this. I'm sorry. There was the Tiffy, Nia, and Pretty Deadly
Oh yeah.
segment they had right before the main event, and it was basically I think Mi Shen is back during that attack last week. Mi Shen broke Nia's crown, so they
Yep.
were all trying to super glue it back together on this little pillow. Um,
Shit.
Nia came up and she was pissed off, not really because she destroyed the celebration that Tiffy threw together. That's what Tiffy was upset about. She was upset about her crown and just, in her words, the audacity to attack the Queen of the Ring and champion. So I'm really excited for that match, to be honest, because Mi Shen's definitely starting to get a bit of a push, and I like that.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, um, Pretty Deadly and Tiffy go off to fix her crown, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven assumably realize that Nia Jax is right around the corner and start talking shit. But very valid shit at that about Tiffy just using Nia just to have her close, just so when she cashes, just so she can cash in Money in the Bank on her best friend, quote unquote. And
Yep.
Nia's not very happy about it, but the thoughts are definitely getting into her head. So I'm assuming Tiffy's probably going to turn face sooner than later. Um, Probably really be more of a tweener, to be honest, because I don't think her cashing in on Nia is going to turn Nia face. But anyway, more on that when it becomes more interesting. Going into the main event, you got the team of Rhodes and Owens versus A Town Down Under, and honestly, of the handful of matches, what was there, 4 matches tonight? Yeah, there was only 4 matches last night, and I'm gonna be honest. This was the weakest one.
Yep.
And given who was in it, it shouldn't have been at all, but it was. But
Oh,
really, do what?
sorry, I'll just brother. That you can we can I don't know. We might have to go a little bit longer than we thought because Montana State is on a drive. They're down 31-20. It's New Mexico's up 31-28, and Montana State is driving with a minute and a half left, and they just completed about a 40-yard pass.
Jesus Christ. And not to mention, like, the episode directly after this is going to be more in depth on the college football day. So we may wind up, is pretty much just live coverage of the Montana State game at
Yeah,
this
this might.
point. But,
Yeah,
but to be completely honest, long story short, KO gets a pop up power bomb on Grayson Waller. 1, 2, 3. Cody walks back into the ring. A Town Down Under's running away, and Kevin has the belt in his hand and makes like the most obvious, just like dead, like speed walk towards Cody, making you think he's about to hit him, and he gives him the belt just for him to start like yelling at A Town Down Under. And it really feels like they're dragging this heel turn out way, way too long.
yep. I
And
mean, yeah. You can
it's
go.
just like I'm like even like if you do it the day before Bash at Berlin, I'm not going to be interested. I'm sorry, that's just the
No,
truth of it.
they
If you
lost
do
it.
it at Bash at Berlin, I'd be a little more interested than the SmackDown before, but I just don't see it happening at this point.
No.
We could be wrong, but at this point, like even if he does turn heel, if somebody turns heel because of this, you should have done it last night.
Yeah, I don't know though.
And
I think I mean they might play it out and let like Randy and Kevin both turn heel. Like
yeah,
if Randy loses to Gunther, which I mean more than likely, but there's a possibility he might not like I talked about on the Monday episode, like he or the Monday Night Raw review, like he actually might push that. Like Randy could
yeah,
win it just to be 15-time champion and then get closer and like piss off Gunther to win. Gunther's like, holy shit, I gotta be serious and win the belt back, and then he's you know like Gunther just gets the belt back and then he becomes a dominant champion like he should be. And then he'll have two reigns and then or he'll be on the second reign and Randy will be 15 and then that'll tie when John Cena comes back and gets 18 and he gets 17. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I think that's how that I would like that's kind of how I like to see it play out, but I don't know. It's probably gonna be Gunther winning and then Randy and Kevin, they're probably gonna end up turning heel pretty soon, like around the same time, I'm sure. So, we'll see
yeah.
how that.
But long story short, the SmackDown was mid as fuck.
Yeah.
Just to be completely honest, I'm trying to find a redeeming quality of it. There was a match or two that was really enjoyable. Um,
Yep.
there were some matches that were, you know, you know, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to find redeeming quality. It wasn't a horrible episode, but it wasn't a good episode. Like it wasn't bad.
Especially,
It wasn't good. I
especially
give
this
it like
close.
I give it like a 5.5 out of 10. That's being generous too.
Yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Like, at best, like there wasn't much to come home about, but like it was all right. I get like it. Not really, man. Like honestly, like this close to a pay per view and like here, oh my god, this close to a pay per view and like here, here it is. Like you're not doing anything about it. Like there's no good. Like there's not. You could have made heel turns and like some. You could have made some interesting stuff happen, but they didn't. So I guess it is what
Yes.
it is. But I will say, I said, "Oh my god," because Montana State just completed a pass on 3rd down and 6, and they're at the 4-yard line. Oh my god, here he goes! Holy shit, they got a touchdown! Montana State got a touchdown with 10 seconds left. Oh my god!
Now,
Oh,
granted, that is amazing. And I'm not trying to take the piss out of it. I'm not going to say New Mexico State is just like, oh my God, you beat them. But at the same time, that is a D1 school gotten beat. Potentially. 10 seconds left. You never know. It's
Montana
college
State.
football, too. They are up on a Division 1 school right now as their Division 2, right? FCS?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
FCS.
So, this is been one of the most exciting week zeros. And that ain't even been the most amazing
Oh my
upset. We're going to get
God.
into that on the next episode.
They
But
they are up 35-30. You know what? We might as well just keep this going for a minute just to see what happens. Like these last 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
all right,
I mean, hell, we only got 25 minutes on the episode. Like, hell, we kind of like we were like before we did this for everybody listening. We're like we're gonna do like a 20-minute episode. You know, because there ain't much happening. And like, hell, we ended up getting on a little few tangents. You know, stretched it out a little bit, and then hell, here we are watching the damn upset. Fucking
second one of the
Montana
day.
State. Yeah, the second and like Trevor said, I know New Mexico's Mountain West, but there's still a D1 college, and this is a FCS school from the Big Sky Conference, and they just went. I don't know how far this drive was, but they were down deep, dude. They were like probably, if I had to take a guess, this was probably about an 87-yard drive that they just went down the field in a minute and a half. Well, it was a minute 33 seconds, so they went down like a minute 23 seconds, scored a touchdown. There's 10 seconds left. There's a touchback. They're showing missed opportunities. New Mexico missed the easy field goal earlier. Well, they missed another one. Oh, well, that kicker, he's missed two damn field goals. They like there was a like the drive before. Hell, they could have ended it. Like this dude, wide receiver number 12, Medford for New Mexico was on a slant route. It hit him. He took his eye off the ball, hit him in the hands. It fell down, and now here we are. Like there's 10 seconds left. If we see a miracle, I'll be. Oh, he done ran past the line of scrimmage. They don't count.
Yeah.
He ran past the line of scrimmage. That's a penalty. Like there's 2 seconds left. By my hell, that's just going.
Yeah, that's a penalty. I mean, that don't even matter. Yeah.
Is that penalty an automatic runoff? Like is it an automatic 5 second runoff or so, 10 second runoff? Like
I don't
when
know if it's an automatic 5 second runoff. If it is, that's the game right there since there's only 2 seconds left. But with that being said,
illegal forward pass.
dude, what a way to start the college football season, dude. This is insane.
Yeah, week 0 popping off. So
And we ain't even really going to get into detail about the Florida State Georgia Tech game. We'll get into that on this next episode, but we are going to see the end of this game right now.
yeah,
As you can tell, my cat is super excited.
our next episode for everybody is gonna be kind of reviewing the games thus far, and then we're gonna have and then it'll be the beginning of the SMU game, and then we're gonna do our top 10 guitarists. So
That's right.
my God, man, what a game, dude! I mean, hell, like you said, what a start to the college football season. We're sitting here, 2 seconds left. They're at the 20-yard line or the 21-yard line in Mexico. Here it is, one last play.
That
They're gonna
like
do
on
like a
it, and
lateral.
honestly, no matter what happens during this
They're
play,
gonna
this
do
has
a
been an
lateral. Oh,
insane game.
fumble. Oh, fumble. Montana State recovered. It's over. Montana
All
State.
hook and lateral.
Yep, that's it.
That is it
That's 2 upsets today. Georgia Tech.
in a row.
They beat Florida State 24-21 on a last second field goal. Montana Montana State was down 31-14 and scored 21 straight points to finish the game. And on the last drive in a minute 23 seconds went I don't know the exact yardage. I'm just saying 87. It sounds good. They went 87 yards, scored a touchdown, and we have won the game. Like my God, what an exciting week 0 this is, man. I'm glad football's back. I'm glad we got some sports going on, brother.
This has been the best
What?
start to a college football season. This is no hate to any team that's lost today. We're just saying 90% of the time, people pull for the underdog.
Yeah.
It's just
Now,
natural.
now we can hate on
We can hate on Florida State because they talked big shit last year about. It's like, oh, we should have made the playoffs. It's like, well, here you are losing your opener in Ireland.
Yep.
And it's no disrespect. And it's like we're not even trying to discount like Georgia Tech because this is going to be a team like after beating a top 10 team to start your year off. You're damn right we're going to be keeping eyes on you. But
Hey, keep your eyes on Haynes King, the quarterback.
Haynes King, that dude, and their running backs too. They incredible, incredible running performance. And the
That's
flip side to that is that Florida State needs to figure out how to stop the run.
yep. That is like, dude. Georgia Tech was running hard. Like that was the most physical run team I've seen. Like especially coming out of the box, man, they were just busting them. Like they was good to
Mm-hmm.
do. But anyways, I guess we just witnessed the upset on a live podcast. So there's that.
There
And
you go.
with that being said, we'll see you guys in a little bit with our second episode of the day. Top 10 guitar players, little football review. Hope you guys enjoyed this for what it was.
Congratulations, Montana State. Congratulations, Georgia Tech.
Rest in peace. Somebody call my mama.